Children follow in their parents' footsteps, but sometimes they fall off the tracks. The definition of parent, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, is a person who is a father or mother or a person who has a child. Throughout this video, I will explain the correlations of parenting to child delinquency, positives and negatives that the psychology of similarity has on parents and children. After watching a plethora of flashbacks and snippets from the Netflix series Orange is the New Black, I have come to conclude that the way the inmates were raised by their parents has a correlation to their habits and behaviors in prison. After research and reading the Journal of Abnormal Child Psychology, the article on the relationship between parenting and delinquency, a meta-analysis, I see how different forms of parenting can either positively or negatively affect a child. In the article, it talks about the different sectors of supportive parenting. There are parents who give positive support, affection, and love, or there are parents who give negative support, neglects, or are hostile and rejects their child. Similar to when Nikki, as a small girl, makes her mom a card for Mother's Day, but her mom totally ignores her sweet, sentimental gesture. Another sector of parenting is control. A parent can either have authoritative control on their child, which is using discipline techniques to guide their child properly on how to behave. A parent can also have authoritarian control on their child, which is when a parent uses restrictive, firm discipline techniques. When there are negative child-parent interactions, it increases the risk of setting a child off on a delinquent path that starts in early teens, which we see with Nikki and Daya and many more inmates. Psychology of similarity is when a child shows similar characteristics from their mother or father. This can either be a blessing or a curse. The negatives of this is that a child may fall into the same bad habits as their mom or dad. Similar to when Piper realizes she gets her manipulation from her mother in Season 3 of Episode 2. And it can even be worse scenario like how Daya ends up in prison just like her mom, Alita. Also, if the child cannot or will not bend to parental wishes and comply with their desire for similarity, parental disapproval and disappointment may follow. Just as Nikki's mother does in Episode 3 of Season 3, we see that she doesn't understand Nikki and her behaviors, and she kind of disowns her as her child because Nikki is nothing like her. Overall, children do not have to be like their parents. All children want and need is to feel accepted by their parents.